with them. When I first found out that I wasn't going to play 6 rotations, I obviously went to them immediately and just kind of had those conversations with them. But I would say mine hasn't changed at all.
How are you giving when you're not on the court then?
I think obviously timeouts, it's a little bit easier because you can talk to the people on the court, but just trying to give feedback, trying to encourage, and just encouraging as much as I can from the inline. You can't do much from the inline unless it's a timeout, so just finding little ways to pump people up or give technical feedback in any way that I can.
Do you feel like not being out there for 6 rotations is kind of messed up your rhythm a little bit?
No. I don't think it's that. I think me and Bergen, we've been working on a lot of little changes, both of us, and so right now we're not clicking as well as we normally do, but I just keep reminding her sometimes we have to go back a little bit to take steps forward, and we're both working on things and both making adjustments. So I kind of feel like right now we're just in that figure it out stage, and like I said, sometimes you got to take 1 step back to go 2 steps forward.
Lindsay, what's this kind of experimentation been like? John's tried all kinds of combinations with the pins and who's sitting in the back row, who's subbing in, all that kind of thing. What's it been like for you guys kind of sorting that out, trying to figure out what's best for the team?
Yeah, I don't think it's something that's not typically out of the ordinary for our team during preseason. I think it's something that we like to do. We know we have a lot of depth on our team, so it's something that we always like to know, no matter what rotation we end up having to run throughout the season, that we're prepared and we feel comfortable in that. So that's something that we always like to do, is practice that throughout our preseason, and I think that's something that we all appreciate being a part of the team. We all know that we can be starters, or what we like to call game changers, at any time. We're very accepting of our role, no matter what it is, and how that can even change from set to set. And so I think that's something that shows our deep trust with one another, our deep trust with our coaches, that they're going to put us into a position to be successful, and we're all going to be super supportive of our teammates.
Lindsay, what are the reasons you think the second and third set were so much more dominant?
I think overall we talked about our defense a little bit. I think Montana State, we're getting some kills in positions that we would typically not let them get kills, just as far as our blocking and our defense. So I think we just picked that up a little bit more. Our offense pretty much stayed the same, but we just picked up our defense. They run a quick offense, so that was kind of throwing off our block a little bit. But come second set, we got a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more in that, and so we were able to, be more disciplined in our block.
What was it like for the team seeing Macy go on that 7-0 serving run on her birthday?
Yeah, no, it's so special. Macy gives so much day in and day out, not just physically and volleyball-wise, but emotionally. She's always got a smile on her face, and she's always positive no matter what's going on in her life. We kind of joke because if coach comes into practice and is maybe not in the best mood and we do gratitude circle, we always pick Macy because we know that she's going to say something positive. And so the amount that she gives to our team is unmatched. And so for her in general, but on her birthday too, is extra special.
Yeah.
Does she still have to bring the cake for her birthday, or she's big one to call it Kelly's birthday?
I hope she doesn't make her own. I think she might have gotten her own made this time.
I think so, yeah. But she loves baking so much, so she would make her own cake and be happy to do it.
The next week, Creighton's up next.
Yeah.
Last chance to go against Creighton, go against Nora too. Now that you look forward to that, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's something that we always look forward to as our in-state, you could say, rivalry game. I think our program, coach all of our players, we have so much respect for Creighton and everything that they do as a team every single year. So I think it's something that we just really look forward to, getting to host them here in Bob again. And then, I love getting to play Nora every single time that we get that chance. So it's something that we look forward to, like you said, every single year. And I think it'll be a really great battle on Tuesday.
You and Nora both have gone through some health issues, obviously, last year and this year. What's it like when you guys are both healthy going into this one last chance to play against each other?
It's just super exciting. Last year when she didn't get to play, it was definitely sad, and I was a little bit sad about that. But I think it's part of athletics, being able to be both be back healthy and have that competition we have within our friendship is something that's just super special.
Mary, how do you think the team is ready for that challenge after you lost SMU, got a couple get right? Is the confidence back to take on an opponent like Creighton?
Yeah, I mean, after SMU, we had a lot of talks as a team, just like figuring out some things that are going to be really crucial for us moving forward. And so the last few practices have been really, really high level, and we're implementing those things that we're working on. And we're just excited. Obviously, like Lindsay said, it's our in-state rival. So for us, it's going to be really, really fun to play, obviously, because the rivalry, but also they're a really good team. And they return a lot of players. I know they've gotten a few really good transfers. And so for us, it's going to be a battle, and we thrive in that environment. So I know this team's really, really excited. And like Lindsay said, the rivalry always makes it a little bit more special also.
Is it strange? I mean, the way the schedule's kind of played out, y'all haven't had a 3-hour intense training session. Is that strange? Does that kind of affect how you prepare and work on things?
I would say it's a little bit odd. If anything, I'd say it just it teaches us how important recovery can be, because even though we're not having our long 3-hour practices, we are still playing games, and even if they are only 3-set matches, they're still very grueling and they're hard on your body. So I feel like it's teaching us how to have to go home, recover, and get right back in to have another game either the next day or 2 days later. And just having that schedule over these few weeks for preseason, it teaches us to have to do that in the Big Ten, because, you know, like having double away matches, it's a very similar idea. So I think it's very good for us, and I think it teaches us a lot about how we can take care of ourselves.
Anything else?
Mary, you talked about how you and Bergen were finding the rhythm. It seemed like the third set, you found it. What was clicking for you there?
I mean, I just basically went to her and was just like, just play volleyball how we do every single day. And a lot of times when you're working on things, you can overcompensate and overcomplicate it a lot. And me and Bergen are both perfectionists, so a lot of times that's what happens between the two of us. And so just continuing to remind each other, like, she sets me volleyballs every single day and I hit volleyballs off of her every single day. So just to do what we do every single day and really just simplify it back into trusting our training.
Sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I was just looking at what, but anyway, it was fun to play against Montana State. They do some very creative things. Really try to take advantage of their size by running really fast, and there was some really fast. Those hitters do a really nice job. And number 11, she knows what she can do, and she did a really good job tonight, hitting high off her hands. And but I thought they played really hard, and our players after the first game kind of adjusted to playing against them, and then we kind of got in a nice rhythm and passed really well tonight, and did a good job.
What was most frustrating to you about the first set?
Well, we had our game plan and what we were going to take and try to stop, and they kind of did a good job of seeing it and going away from it. And I don't know, we missed some digs we should have had, and you saw a lot of balls get blocked between us and our side of the net today. That's just not being alert and being ready to go for their speed. So it just took us a while to adjust to that. And but they do a nice job. The setter does a nice job with that offense. So.
Were you encouraged by what you saw between Merritt and Bergen today, the connection they have?
Yeah, they got going a little bit. I still think we're, these guys get, their adrenaline gets going, and they got to slow everything down a little bit. So that's something that we reminded them of, and I thought they got going pretty good there. So, but we hit 400, so there's not much I can complain about.
Are you pleased with the play of the service line, 7 aces and then the 6-0 run from Macy?
Yeah, anytime we do that, that's great. So I thought we serve for the most part tonight. We were attacking really well with our serve and really mixing it up, changing paces and locations, and they had a hard time passing. Even the balls they took with their hands, which is pretty nice by them, but those things are all super low, so you can't run middle on that because the middles just don't have time to get there. So so I thought we really stressed them with serving tonight.
You guys see that run from Macy?
Yeah.
Birthday girl?
Yeah, birthday girl. So that was cool. She did a nice job. We got a couple digs. She served really tough. I was having her move it around, and she did a really good job.
Through 2 weeks, who's been your best players with the expanded stats that you have and what you've seen?
There's nobody that really stands out. I still think we're it's early in the year. Look at how many top 10 teams lost this week. It's unbelievable. When was the last time you saw that? So it's just college volleyball. It's hard to be good every night. It's hard what we're doing. There's a lot of really good teams. So it's we just got to keep grinding and come in every day to get better.
Why this year do you think there's more good teams? I know you've kind of seen it coming, but
Yeah,
this year.
The grad transfers help. The fifth years, this is the last year of the fifth years, so you got that going. So you got players that had a lot of experience. And then I just think volleyball, there's just more and more good players. And that's through the club programs, playing in really good club tournaments. It's exploded in this country, and just a lot of really good volleyball players. Everybody's got them.
What you know of Creighton's roster, does this feel like the best team that you've faced?
Yeah.
In what ways?
Those guys are older now. Kendra Waite's playing really well, and they're really balanced, and those guys play defense, and so this is going to be it's going to be a great challenge for us, and should be a really good volleyball match.
What impresses you about Creighton's outside hitters?
These guys are just solid. They've been that way. Nora Sis has been, had a very consistent career, and the Eva does a really nice job. You look at her; she's not your typical big physical outside hitter, but she does a really nice job moving it around, mixing things up. So, but they're I mean, they're talking like they're going to the Final Four, so they must feel pretty confident about things, and like I said, this will be a great matchup.
I know it's kind of because you switched a couple years ago, but you get to host them again the second straight year. Do you feel like that is going to help you in your cause?
Well, I'd always rather play at home. So I was trying to remember why we did that.
Because the Final Four was at home.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay. That's right.
Of what you're seeing now in college volleyball, does it make it more realistic for Creighton to be a Final Four program someday?
I think there's a lot of teams that can go to the Final Four. So it's, you know, you know, who's going to have the drive to get better all year, to learn and get better, and you know, and be really good at the end, and that's the challenge.
Halfway through the non-conference, do you have more answers or questions about your lineup for the rest of the season?
I still think we're trying to figure it out a little bit. So I think I'm still trying to figure out what's our best lineup. So we'll learn more just in the next couple of weeks here. So because we're going to get some great tests. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good problem to have because, you know, but I mean everybody's playing but Skylar. So and Skylar is, I'd have no problem putting her in. So it's you know, we're trying to protect her a little bit. So everybody's getting their opportunities.
And this was a matchup that Andy Jackson should probably hit high percentage, but seven kills on 9 attempts. Does that still get your attention?
Yeah. Who's been doing that? I mean, yeah. The question is, why aren't we setting her more? So next time you get Bergen in here, ask her that.
Where would you say you feel this team is in comparison to last year's team at this same point?
I really don't remember last year. I know we weren't great. We were winning, I think, but they didn't feel great. And I think that's kind of where it is now. I mean, I feel like we're doing some really nice things, but it doesn't feel like we've clicked it in yet. So waiting for that, and this will be a great week to do it, because and that's how we look at this. We want to let these teams bring out the best in us.
Anything else? All right.
Okay.